Hi, Anne.
Hi.
How are you today?
Um, I'm fine. I'm
I'm
very well.
just like the usual.
Yeah.
Mm,
Today is the day.
uh-huh. And
Yeah.
since it's summer vacation, what do you do to what do you call this? What do you do to enjoy yourself at home? What activities do you have every day?
I think I have. Um, I I have to learn English. My
Mm,
mother said that I have to learn to keep up with my friends,
Um, hold
catch
on.
up my friends.
Anne, I can't hear you clearly. Can you use earphones?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
use earphones.
Yeah, because when you are using this computer, sometimes I can't hear you clearly, but the computer you use in your hometown, the one that you said owned by your brother, it has a clear speaker. It was
Oh,
nice.
okay.
But now, sometimes I really can't hear you clearly.
Oh, I think it's because my computer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry, but again, what activities or what do you do during daytime?
Mm, I drawing. I draw pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And uh-huh.
and read this story.
Oh, okay. And yeah, I remember before we stop our class, you also have your dance lesson, right?
Dance lessons? No.
Before COVID.
No, I don't have dance lessons.
What was that again? I forgot. But you do that to get fit, like an exercise.
Um, no. I don't do that. I
Oh,
think you forgot.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry. All right, so let's start our class. We are still in changing roles. So now let's continue. So we are now in page 18. This was your last activity. You rewrite the sentences without changing the original meanings. So now let's move forward. Non-defining relative clauses. Excuse me. A relative clause which is placed right after a definite noun and adds extra information is called.
Mẹ tối nay bố vào không nhỉ? Mẹ ơi, đâu có điều hòa phòng chứ?
Is that your mom?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. Again, excuse me. Non-defining relative
Sao không cần bấm
clauses.
được mẹ? Okay.
A relative clause which is placed right after a definite noun and adds extra information is called a non-defining relative clause. For example, London is a definite noun because we know that London is a place. And also, this is the non-defining relative clause. London, which lies on the river I don't know how to pronounce this, is the
We will change. I think it's change.
uh-huh, thank you. River Thames is the capital of England. So this is the additional or extra information. That is why it is called non-defining relative clause. Usually, it is added after the definite noun. Did you get it?
Mm,
Can you please read
Mhm.
this another example?
Peter, who is so knowledgeable about stars, is attending an international conference in Belgium.
So as you can see, Peter is our definite noun. Okay, and the who is so knowledgeable about stars is an extra information, right? Did you get it?
Hmm. I think I quite get it.
Uh-huh. So note, a non-defining relative clause is separated from the main clause by a comma or commas. As you can see here, we have after the definite noun, we have comma. And after we put the non-defining relative clause, we put again comma. Just like here in the second example, Peter, comma, who is so knowledgeable about stars, comma. So again, it is separated from the main clause by a comma or commas. And also can be omitted without causing confusion. Thus not use that to replace which and who. Look at this. Its non-defining relative clause is really an extra information. Oh, is really an extra information. It is placed right after a definite noun. And
Hmm. I think I will understand.
can you say it again?
I think I will understand if we do the exercise.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, now let's continue. So we have here an activity. Cross out the relative clause, which can be omitted without causing confusion to the meaning of the sentence. All right, so I will give you an example. Number one, Sarah works for a company that makes bikes. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hold on. Again, cross out the relative clause, which can be omitted without causing confusion to the meaning of the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, start with number one.
But I can see the book. I still see your face.
Hold
I see
on.
nothing.
I'm sorry. Okay. Please answer number 1 to 6.
Hmm. Okay. Sarah, comma, who works for a company.
Uh,
Hmm. Question. Hmm.
oh, just don't answer number 1. This is not
Okay.
included. So just go to number 2.
Hmm.
Again, cross out the relative clause, which can be omitted without causing confusion to the meaning of the sentence. So you have to cross out the relative clause.
Course out is now on a tour around Canada.
Uh-huh. You have to pull it out. Okay, I will give this as an example. Number two, we have I've got a sister called Caroline who is now on a tour around Canada. So we cross out who is now on a tour around Canada. So we only have I've got a sister called Caroline. So now answer number three, 4, 5, and 6. Just try so we will know if you get it or not.
Mm, uh, I had I hadn't seen got a 4x.
Mm-hmm. Is that your final answer?
Uh, no, I'm not sure.
Uh-huh. It's this morning I met my ex-classmate Janet. Again, the relative clause is after the defined noun. This is our defined noun, Janet. And this is comma, as you can see. This sentence after the comma is just the defining clause. I mean the relative clause, which is only the extra information.
Mm,
What
uh,
about the fourth one? Let's try.
the 4x the 6 kapasitas.
Again, what is your answer?
The kapasitas.
The half past six bus.
Yeah.
That's all.
Mm, I think
Again,
uh,
look at this.
sentence after is
All right, for a moment. Again, London, comma, which lies on the River Thames, comma, is the capital of England. So this is our non-defining relative clause. If we cross out this sentence, it will make London is the capital of England. Another one, Peter, comma, who is so knowledgeable about stars, comma, is attending an international conference in Belgium. If we omit this relative clause, it will make Peter is attending an international conference in Belgium. Did you get it?
okay. Can you go back to the exercise?
Uh-huh. So we are now in number 4. Let's see. Again, the half past 6 bus, comma, which I often take to school, comma, was late today.
Now, which I often talk a take to school.
What about this? Are we going to remain this sentence or I am going to cross this out?
Cross this out.
Very good. The half past 6 bus was late today. Good job. Number 5.
Who had booked in advance? Who had booked it in advance?
Again, sorry, I didn't hear it clearly. I did not hear it clearly. Can you say it again?
Who had booked it in advance?
Uh-huh. So as you can see, we don't have a relative clause here because there are no definite noun. We only have this. Uh-huh.
Okay.
What about number six? It's just like number one. What about number six?
Which leads to the basement.
Just like number one, number
Oh no.
five, and number six, it doesn't have. So just be careful. Sometimes you have, in order to see the relative clause, you can see a comma. Okay,
Wow. Okay.
let's see. Okay, all right. For example, another activity. Combine two sentences into one. Use the sentence in brackets to make a non-defining relative clause. So I'm going to give you an example. The Eiffel Tower was built over 200 years ago. It is on the river Seine, not sure. The Eiffel Tower, comma, which is on the river Seine, comma, was built over 200 years ago. So can you make numbers 4 to 1? Can you make
Okay.
this?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can I have time to think and after that I will wait for you?
Yes, okay. Just tell me if you're ready.
Okay.
Mhm. So I have read several short stories by Jack London. He is a famous American writer. The Second World War the Second World War destroyed hundreds of cities in Europe. It lasted from 1939 to 1945. The essays will be assessed by Hans de Witt. He is the president of the EAIE. And the last one, we are staying at the Grand Hotel. It will be demolished for a department store. So good luck and please tell me when you are ready.
Okay.
All right, let's
Okay.
start.
Mm, Jack London, whom I please never thought so.
Can you say it again? I can't hear it clearly.
Jack London, whose short stories I have read several, is a famous American writer.
Mm-hmm. So here, I have read several short stories by Jack London, who is a famous American writer.
Okay.
It really depends sometimes. What about number three?
Mm, The Second World War, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, destroyed hundreds of cities in Europe.
Very good. The Second World War, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, destroyed hundreds of cities in Europe. So do not forget to always add comma if you put relative clause, and after that, another comma. Okay, number two.
Mm, the event will be assessed by Hans Davis, who is the president of the EAIE.
Yay! Very good. The essays will be assessed by Hans DeWitt, comma, who is the president of the EAIE. Good job. And the last number?
They are staying at the Grand Hotel, which will be demolished for a department store.
Mm-hmm. So your answer is we are staying at the Grand Hotel, comma, it will. Can you say your answer again?
We are staying at the Grand Hotel, which will be demolished
Okay,
for
very
a
good.
department store.
We are staying at the Grand Hotel, comma, which will be demolished for a department store. Very good. So you've got the correct answer in number number three, number two, number one. So three correct answers. Good job. Now let's move to communication. But before that, did you understand this now?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Communication. Just imagine this is a forum launched by Natmin School in Danang. The students were asked to share their thoughts about the roles of schools in the future. Here are some posts we would like to share with you. So we have four posts here. Can you please read each post? Let's start with post 22, 51, 67, and 101.
The school will be like a small city. Classes will be held in traditional classrooms as well as in places like fast food restaurants where students will learn how to run a business or in a nursing home where they will learn to take care of others. In class, learning will be more hands-on, like plastic aid. Self-study will be better. Students will have more freedom to choose whether to go to school on certain days and for certain lectures. Class attending take-up will no longer be easy. Students will be able to stay at home and follow directions online or study topics from other reliable sources. Learning will be more individually oriented and thus be more efficient. Growth
Effective.
590 effective.
Post 76.
Mm. What is it?
This one.
Uh, the school will no longer be the only evaluator which decides whether a student is allowed to enter university. Society will also be part of this evaluation through activities a student has performed outside class. Class 90
Mhm.
school will be more responsive to changing society by constantly tailoring the curriculum and activities. In so doing, they will greatly contribute to the development of the economy and help keep society safe.
Mhm. Okay. What about you? And I want to ask you this idea too. What do you think will be the greatest contribution of school in the future? Or what do you think is the purpose of school in the future? I just want,
Second,
huh? Again?
um,
Just your own.
I think it's to uh, to teach children be- because we must have education to develop the country.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I think it's a way for students to play and what and teacher will help parents to look after the children when they busy.
Mm-hmm. All right, very good. Hold on. Okay. S- All right. Here, which responses is the most relevant to each of the post? 22, post 22, 51, 76, 01, 1, I mean 101. So we have here, we have sentences here, and you have to look at the post which of these numbers 1 to 4 is relevant to the post. Like for example, number 1 is talking about post 76. So you have to put post 76. I mean, you have to put number 1 in post 76. Did you get it?
Uh, okay.
Okay.
Um, before that, can you go back to the
Did you copy the sentences already?
yes,
Mm.
let's copy this.
All right, I will give you time to answer this.
Yeah. Well, then
Are you
please
done?
yeah.
Okay.
Sama din.
Okay, what number is post 22? Oh, okay. You already have your answer. Post 22 4. Post 51 is 3. Post 76 is 1. And post 101 is 2. So you've got two correct answers. Now, can you please read numbers 1 to 4?
I can't see the book.
What about
I don't like this computer. I can't see the book. Okay.
what about
I
now?
agree. I agree that academic performance is not the only criterion to evaluate a person. Survey will be conducted to find out the changing demands of society. This development will allow a student to tailor his/her own learning. I have the same vision of seeing us learn more from real life.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right. So here, since you are the only student, I will ask you these three questions and just answer this with your own thoughts. Okay. No, there is no correct or right. No, I mean, there is no right or wrong answer here. I just want to know how do you think of these questions. Okay. All right, number one, what changes in society will you see in 10 years?
And the
Mm-hmm.
society, I think but not there are many uh, skyscraper buildings.
Mm-hmm. Skyscrapers, you mean?
Yeah, skyscraper the building which is tall.
Uh-huh.
So you can build,
Skyscrapers
you know
mean
it.
big buildings, correct?
Yes. And I think that now will improve the education. I think they will improve the education of Vietnam.
Wow, that's good. So you see, Vietnam will have skyscrapers and have improved education.
Yes.
But hold on. What do you mean by improved education? What do you think Vietnam still needs to improve to their education?
Oh, they will change the book, the book which we learn at school.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yes,
understand.
they will change the book
Uh-huh.
and
Okay,
they
yeah.
will change the method, teaching method.
Uh-huh. Teaching method. Speaking of teaching method, can you tell me just a brief information how Vietnam or what kind of teaching method do you have at school?
Hmm. Can you tell me what subject? Because
Anything. In general,
anything.
at school in general, what kind of teaching method they are using?
Oh, I think do you know the projector? Teacher
Yes.
is
Mm-hmm.
projector to describe the picture and sound to students that have to remember the lesson.
And you want to improve that?
Yes,
Okay.
oh, because
That's
it's easy to remember.
all right. Okay, that's good. Number two, what will be the changes in the roles of men and women in society? Just your own opinion.
Mm,
What changes would it be that you think will happen in the future?
I think.
Mm-hmm.
So let me think. I think the role will not be changed.
Well, not what?
I think men still go out to work and women, only women can do the food at home or they can go out to work like men.
Yes. Why? In Vietnam, mostly only men work?
No,
Or
no, there are many women who is the manager.
uh, aside from work, what else have you in mind? Because since um, nowadays it's kind of normal that the woman is now working. What about other ideas about changing roles? Aside from working, what else can you see? Like, what can you see that the men doing in the future or the women doing in the future? Like, they don't usually do.
Also, sorry, can you repeat? I can't hear you very
Hello?
um, well.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. Oh no, when you talk, I can't hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me clearly?
I think it's okay.
Okay, so again, aside from the girls working, what else can you think of? What do you think that men is going to do in the future that they don't usually do these days? And
I
what do
think
you
there
think?
will, I think there will be men cook. Yeah, I
Yes.
think because the master chef, they always,
Uh-huh. Yes.
yeah,
Mostly men doesn't cook.
yes.
Like,
Oh no, no, I think there are many, yeah, a lot of men cook.
oh, here usually, yeah, but
I think,
mostly
yeah,
I
there are
can
a
see
lot.
women. What about women?
Oh, this is Vietnam. The chef in the restaurant, they mostly men.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's move to the last question. How will the increasing involvement of women in public life affect society?
Increasing involvement of women in public affairs. This question I don't know. I never think of it. I never think about it.
I will give you time to think about it.
Hmm, uh, I don't know.
How will the increasing
Hmm,
involvement of women in public life affect society?
I don't know, but I think there are a group of people who don't agree with this, with the change of the role of women.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, because many men they don't like the change of this role.
Yes, that's true. Maybe some will be offended because they really think that women should just stay at home, take care of
Yeah,
the kids, take care of the family. But for sure, in the near future, women will be dominant just like men. So there will be some people who will get mad about this, but also women can be happy if they can increase their involvement in public life, right? What about you? What do you want? Do you want to be involved in a public life or you just
I
want to
want to
be
involve in a public life. I
very
want
good?
to, yeah, support dominant women. I
Yeah.
don't want to stay at home, please.
Yes.
So let me stay at home.
Uh-huh. Very good. That's good. Even if you have your family, try to find a way to earn so that your studies will not be wasted, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good job. Okay, now let's continue. Oh, this is quite long. Okay. All right. So read the passage and match the underlined words or phrases in the passage with their definitions. So here, let's just read first the passage. Can you do that?
Okay. Please, right. Developing countries have witnessed enormous change in the society, and the most fascinating one the job is the ever increasing involvement of women in education and in study. More and more women in these countries are entering university, getting higher education degrees, and going on to work. They are no longer constantly staying in the sole role of a housewife. This dramatic change will greatly affect the socio-economic future of this country. Will with more women going out to work, the financial burden of the main breadwinner in families will be reduced. However, along with this, they will no longer be the dominant figure. The strong decision-maker and will learn to share the housework. This will certainly be advantageous advantageous
Advantages.
advantageous for children will get more attention and care from their fathers. They will also learn to be more independent in both parents will work. The service sector will therefore be the first to be challenged. There will be greater demand for child care provision,
Provision.
convenience, work services, and after-school activities and tutoring services. With higher education and more money to spend, people will be expecting better quality services and higher living standards. This consequently will help develop the country's economy.
Mhm. Very good. All right, hold on. Mm-hmm. All right, so hold on. Okay, so and since it's already our time, I guess we just have to continue this on Monday. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for tonight, Anne, and enjoy your
Uh,
Sunday.
thank you.